What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Newage Gorgo EX, or their version of a toy Deco Slag. So this is the second version of this figure that we looked at. We looked at the G1 version. Now we're looking at the EX version, which I am collecting for my personal collection, all the Newage EX. And it looks gorgeous, just like the other EX versions we've gotten. Lots of nice tampo details. We'll go over it. We got red paint here for the eyes, silver paint for the chest, tampos here on the shoulders, tampos here on the waist, on the thighs. It looks like a sticker, but it's not. It's really well done tampos. More of that tech detail here on the shin and on the toes. On the back, we'll see this more in dyno mode, but there is some detail here on his wings. That all looks really good. Nice chrome here. It is a fingerprint magnet, so I end up wiping this off quite often, but it looks beautiful. Let's go over the articulation. The head's on a ball joint, but there's a cutout behind the neck, so you can get the head all the way up if you want. You can get it down to there. You have side to side movement on it, and you have a rotation around. For the shoulders, you have a rotation here out to the side on a hinge. Butterfly joint due to the way this is done. You have a rotation here at the bicep. Double jointed elbow, full bend. For the wrist, the hands actually weren't installed out of the package, so you will have to install them. It comes in dyno mode, so you're going to have to transform it, or at the very least open up the arm and insert this hand. But you can rotate at the wrist, and you do need these hands to transform. Rotation at the waist, ab crunch, gets down to there. Nice tolerances on those joints there. Hips will kick up to there, back to there, out to the side. Again, nice tolerances there. Rotation at the thigh, slightly past 90 on the knee. You have ankle tilts. It's more of a toe tilt, but it's got a heel piece to it. So the back part doesn't tilt, but it works because of the way they designed it. You do get enough flat surface for that foot. For the accessories, we get some alternate hands here. Open expressive hands, and you can just plug these in like this. And it does have a point of articulation, which is nice. You can also use his blaster just done in this white plastic. There's a little bit of swirly in there, which is unlike Newage, but the sculpt is good. And you put that in his hand. And then we also get his sword done in this translucent red plastic. It is fully translucent. It kind of reminds me of those little toothpicks you used to get as kids in your drinks. They put the cherries on it. It looks like that. But we can put the fist in here, and he can hold his cherry toothpick. And yeah, it looks really good. And for size comparison, there it is next to the Newage version of Optimus Prime, and he towers over him, fits in nicely with the Legend scale. Nice big dyno robot modes. Alright, now let's get him transformed into dyno mode. And as I mentioned before, you do need the fisted hands in order to transform it. So let's get those on there, and we'll lift up the arms. Open up this panel here. It is kind of tight. If it's too tight, you can just loosen that screw right there. Fold a hand in, and then make sure it's all the way down, and then close this up. It should tab in to the top. You have an option here on the foot. You can either have this like this, or you can rotate this out. I'm going to do this for now since that's the official transformation. Later during dyno mode, I'll show you the difference. Alright, do the same thing on this one. Lift this up. Rotate this in, collapse that down, bring forward the die-cast toe. Alright, leave those arms out for now. We'll take care of this backpack. Can lift up on this. We can pull this back on this double hinge. Open these up. We're going to open up this mouth here. Bring that down. And rotate this 180 degrees. We can slide down this mane. I find the easiest way to do that is to either push down on the mane or pull on the mouth. But you do have to slide that down all the way. And then you can close up the mouth once you do that. The horns are going to push up slightly. They kind of push up on their own when you push down on that mane, but they should be up all the way. All right, so this is ready. We can leave that alone for now and work on the upper body. So come to here, we can come to the back here, pull this up. We're going to rotate this up all the way, lift up on this panel, fold this in, then rotate this all the way around, open these up, then continue rotating and leave it like that. Don't push it all the way down because don't leave a little space between this and the body. All right, now we'll take care of this. We can just bring this back down. Leave these open, but we are going to open up these panels right here and just leave that for now. Come to the legs, and this is where most of the work is. So we will come to the bottom here, and let's see, let's start with the toe. So we'll fold the toe like this. That'll allow us to come to here. We're going to rotate this out and slide this up, and then rotate this in. Bring this whole bottom of the foot up and around. Then we can close the toe back down. Open this up. We can come to the back here. We're going to unpeg the back of the leg from here. Flip this around to the outside. You can kind of leave this here, but we have to get this tail out. So this is on a double hinge. So rotate the tail out like that, and then rotate out this little tail piece in here. The other one doesn't have this little tail piece, it's only on one side. All right, so that's what it should be looking like. And we're going to fold down on this joint. Leave this back. Fold this down on this knee joint, which will bring all of this around. And make sure you're rotating at the lower knee joint. Bring this panel back. This is going to plug in right here. There's a tab there. So line that up and tab it in. The tail is going to tab in right here. So bring this down. Make sure everything's lined up and then tab that tail in. And then on the inside, we're going to take this panel and rotate that down to make the inside of his body. For this leg, you're going to rotate this down, open this up, open up the back, flip out the foot, close that down, and then rotate out the die-cast toe. You just use a fingernail or a spudger, but you're going to fold that out and then fold that down. So that is one side. Go ahead and do the same thing on this side. All right, now that we got the legs done, we can tab this together. Just give it a squeeze and straighten out that tail piece. Come to the front here. We're going to bring these down. There's a slot and a peg right there, and then a peg and a slot right there. So you're going to line all those up. Bring this down and make sure this panel is out of the way. It should be kind of folded out. So peg that in to those two spots. Same on this side. Peg that into those spots, and then the last thing you're going to do is push this up and into that panel, and it should peg in on the inside. Alright, and there's Gorgo in Dino mode, and it looks fantastic. Got that nice chrome mane there, red horns, red for the eyes. All that deco we saw in the robot mode comes through here. All of that little tech details. Really, really looks nice. Translucent smoked plastic for the tail. You even got a little detail on the tail. They really went all out. Nice smoked plastic for the head as well. For articulation, the head, it can pull out on a sliding joint. So you can kind of pull forward on this, and that'll allow you to get this movement, and it gets up and down. So once you slide it out, you get much more, so you just got to realize that you have to do that. Mouth can open all the way up to there. There is a little fold-out peg So if you want him to be, you know, breathing fire or something, you can grab a Hasbro or whatever effect piece and he can be breathing some fire. For the rear legs, we have rotation out to there, rotation all around, same as the arm, bend at the elbow. For the toes, I mentioned earlier, you get an option here. So we can fold this back, fold down this toe. So if you prefer this look, you have more of like a straight leg look, rather than having this, you know, kind of bent, longer toe look. Going to the rear leg, you have rotation here, out to the side. You can get, you know, him flattened type of look if you want. Bend at the knee, a little bit of toe bend there. The tail has 3 points of articulation, so you get it out to there, out to there. This can rotate on a ball joint, so you can rotate that final tail piece. I would be a little careful with this. I haven't had any issues, but it is translucent plastic after all. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the EX version of Optimus Prime. Nice big dyno mode here, and it works. And for another comparison, there it is with the other Newage EX Dinobots. It looks awesome. They really nailed it with this set. I do think that Slag is a little bit big in the Dino mode. It seems like, you know, his head and overall body proportions compared to their version of Grimlock does seem a little big. But either way, this set looks great together. And I can't wait to get the last one and kind of finish up the set. There is a satisfying feeling with this one here. So final recommendations on the Newage EX version of Gorgo. I love this thing. I mean, all of these have been really good, but the deco on this is just phenomenal. It looks so good. The weapons look good overall. They're not amazing, but they work. But it's really just the deco in Robot and Dino mode that looks so good. Of course, we've got the beautiful Newage engineering and tolerances on all the joints. Everything works as expected. Everything poses and articulates really well. Nice solid piece. So yeah, 5 out of 5. Highly recommend this. If you're collecting the EX versions, then you won't be disappointed. If you're not, then the G1 version I also recommend highly. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.